Hey guys, let's get more news about Lakers, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. LeBron's Lakers and Curry's Warriors lead the NBA for most nationally televised games next season. The Lakers and Warriors being ahead of the reigning NBA champion Boston Celtics and the Western Conference champions Dallas Mavericks is certainly interesting. It speaks to the star power of players like LeBron James and Stephen Curry, being arguably greater than that of the franchises in the NBA itself. The Lakers and Warriors are not expected to make waves in the Western Conference, as they are one of the few teams that have not upgraded their roster to a higher level during the offseason. On paper, their rosters are far behind some of the big players in the West like the Mavericks, the Timberwolves, and the Nuggets. In the Eastern Conference, the Celtics, who are the reigning NBA champions, having the same number of nationally televised games as the Knicks speaks to how good the Knicks have become over the last few years, especially since the acquisition of Mikal Bridges from the Nets. The Knicks and the Celtics, along with the 76ers, are considered the favorites to reach the NBA Finals from the Eastern Conference. It would take a lot from teams like the Bucks, the Heat, or even the Cavaliers to usurp them and take their spot at the top of the Eastern Conference. The list and allocation of nationally televised games from the NBA is usually a good indicator of how the league sees each team. Teams that are expected to do well and have a lot of star power are allotted more national games, whereas teams that are expected to underperform or tank are allotted fewer games, as they will not play exciting basketball that will satisfy the fans. It will be interesting to see whether any of the underserved teams on this list will make some big waves when it comes to the postseason. While unlikely, there is always at least one team that exceeds expectations, and it could end up surprising both the league officials and fans of the NBA in the coming year. Easton Stick keeps starting spot as Chargers face Rams, but how long will that last? With only one quarterback able to start and two competing for the preseason spot as injured star Justin Herbert recovers, one question loomed as the final practice of the week approached: who will Jim Harbaugh send out Saturday to lead the Chargers' offense against the Rams, Easton Stick or Luis Perez? Harbaugh decided to keep Stick as the starter, the determination based on Stick's notable improvements throughout the week, particularly with his timing. "I thought Easton had a good week," Harbaugh said. After a shaky start by both early in the week, questionable passes, interceptions, Stick and Perez looked sharp Thursday. Stick ran with the first team most of the week and Perez took snaps with the second and third teams. To Stick's advantage this week, Harbaugh confirmed receivers Joshua Palmer and Ladd McConkey are expected to play, though sparingly. The linebacking core, particularly the backups, emerged as a bright spot in the first preseason game. Daiyan Henley, Tuli Tuipulotu, Troy Dye and Nick Neiman stepped up as key contributors. Khalil Mack, Joey Bosa and Denzel Perryman sat. Mack will not play again. Bosa, who has been absent since the Chargers-Rams joint practice on August 4 and was seen last week with his left hand wrapped, also is ruled out. Perryman's status remains uncertain. Neiman, who had a standout performance last week with a team-high 12 tackles, might not get the chance to build on that success. He left practice Tuesday with trainers and has been absent since. The news isn't all bad, as third-round draft pick Junior Colson has a chance to make his highly anticipated debut. After recovering from appendix surgery, Colson participated in full team practice for the first time this week. The offensive staff's primary goal this season is to establish a powerful running game with steadfast backs combined with a physical offensive line. That ambition led to signing former Baltimore Ravens running backs Gus Edwards and J.K. Dobbins and Will Dissly, one of the NFL's best run-blocking tight ends. "Every day at practice, we are really buying into our identity," starting left tackle Rashawn Slater said. For the second week in a row, however, Edwards and Dobbins will not play. Edwards, who has been eased into the offense after an undisclosed offseason surgery, received his heaviest workload in practice this week, suggesting he was close to game ready. Dobbins saw limited action throughout the week. Considering his significant injury history, his workload is being cautiously managed. Dobbins has said, however, he is fully recovered from a torn Achilles injury that ended his 2023 season in Week 1. Their absences open the door for competition for the third running back spot. Jarrett Patterson, who started against the Seahawks, Elijah Dotson, who played the most snaps, and Isaiah Spiller are in the mix. Additionally, sixth-round rookie Kamani Vidal should see his first game action. He missed some time early in training camp. Harbaugh expressed excitement about Vidal's potential debut, noting the rookie had an impressive week of practice. Three-team NBA proposed mega trade sends Lakers a $158 million star for D'Lo. There is still time for the Los Angeles Lakers to make a significant move this offseason, but it will likely need to come in the NBA trade market. Bleacher Report's Greg Swartz offered a wild three-team trade proposal that has the Lakers reuniting with former forward Brandon Ingram. The deal involves the Lakers, New Orleans Pelicans, and Portland Trail Blazers. In exchange for landing Ingram, Los Angeles moves D'Angelo Russell, Rui Hachimura, Christian Wood, a 2025 second-rounder and another 2025 second-round pick, via Clippers, in the deal. The Pelicans are securing Blazers star guard Anthony Simons, center Robert Williams III and Christian Wood. New Orleans is moving on from Ingram and Jordan Hawkins as part of the deal. Finally, Portland nets Hachimura, Hawkins, Russell and the two 2025 second-rounders from Los Angeles. Let's explore whether this trade makes any sense for the Lakers, Blazers, and Pelicans. One question for the Lakers to consider is whether the team wants to sign Ingram to a new lucrative long-term extension. Ingram is heading into the final season of a 5-year, $158.2 million contract. The forward is slated to have a $36 million cap hit in 2024-25. The Los Angeles Lakers have been hiding in plain sight as a landing spot for Ingram, the franchise that he spent the first 3 years of his career with after being named the number 2 overall pick in 2016 out of Duke, Swartz wrote in an August 15, 2024, story titled, "A three-team trade to send Brandon Ingram back to Lakers, land Pelicans a starting center." A new big three of Ingram, LeBron James and Anthony Davis should complement each other quite well, although the Lakers don't have a center to send back to the New Orleans Pelicans, something the franchise desperately needs. Ingram averaged 20.8 points, 5.7 assists, and 5.1 rebounds per game while shooting 35.5% from long range in 64 starts last season. The former All-Star is a familiar face for the Lakers as Ingram spent his first 3 seasons in Los Angeles. Ingram was selected by the Lakers with the number 2 pick in the 2016 NBA draft. Unfortunately, it does not look like this familiarity is prompting the Lakers to want to make a run at the forward. Right now, a blockbuster deal, I just don't see it. I don't see the Lakers having enough for Lauri Markkanen, The Athletic's Jovan Buha remarked in a July 16 edition of the Buha's Block podcast. I've not heard of any interest with Brandon Ingram. So, I don't see them going for those two guys. It sounds like things are trending towards Ingram once again playing in a Pelicans uniform next season. I'm told the trade market for Brandon Ingram is limited, The Athletic's Shams Charania noted during an August 6 interview on The Pat McAfee Show. New Orleans wants him to stay, and he wants to stay as well. The sense around New Orleans is he's going to be there, and they're fully expecting him to be part of this Pelicans team. And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of Brandon Ingram? Leave your opinion in the comments.